Hello everyone, namaste, and welcome back. Today is day 17, How Time Flies. Now, today we're going to test your upper body strength. So, prepare for planks, chaturangas, and also reverse planks, anything to do with strengthening your upper body. Now, we're going to get started. You don't need any props today. Before we get into the planks and all that, we're going to work on the wrist conditioning. So get onto your knees. All right, this is your Vajrasana. Okay, so we're going to open up the knees slightly wide and place your hands right to the front. Okay, so just make sure they are not too far away from the shoulder. And from here, just turn the right hand all the way facing to the right side, left hand facing to the left. Now, from here, we're going to rock front and back, front and back. All right, just to get those wrists warmed up here. So important to get those wrists warmed up and get those joints working before we work on any planks or any push-ups to reduce the risk of wrist injuries. So always remember to come back to this wrist conditioning before you go to any hard poses. Now, slowly come back and you're going to release your hand back to the front. Now, from here, you're going to turn all your fingertips to the back. So turn from outside and place your palms down. Okay? So you can start from really close towards you and just pushing your inner elbow towards the front. And stay here. You want to feel that stretch from your inner wrist. If you want a little bit more, you don't feel any stretch on that inner wrist, maybe you want to walk a little bit outward. Just begin to feel that nice stretch. And just look towards the front. And just take a few deep breaths here. And maybe just very slow and lightly rock front and back. Not too fast, okay? So just front and back, front and back. Okay? Now, and come back and release your hand. Nice. Now, we're going to turn the back of your palms down to the floor. So I'm going to flip my palms down. Okay, flip my upper palms down, and as you can see, when I flip it down, my elbows will be pointing out to the side. What I want to do is I'm going to turn this elbow in, push it in, and turn the inner elbow facing towards the front. All right, now the same goes to the other side. So your arms are straight instead of bending to the side. And just stay here, look towards the front and lengthening the spine here and stretch. You might feel a little bit more for this one because we're stretching on the outside, on the top wrist. And stay here for 2. And 1. Slowly release your hand. Nice. And just pick it up, form a fist and just rotate it. All right? Just rotate your wrist, and then we're going to go opposite direction. Okay. And we come into your all fours position. Just close your knees and place your palms forward. And maybe you want to go in a circular motion. Bring the chest over and past the wrists. All right? Draw a very huge circular motion. And then we go opposite direction. Always remember to spread all the fingers wide open and claw the fingers down. So if it's like, pretend your hand is like the crow's claw or any bird's claw. So you're clawing down firmly onto the mat. It's like a suction. And then we come back to the center. Are you guys ready? All right. Now, we begin by half plank. So, just walk the knees a little bit towards the back here. Okay, so earlier we were in all fours position. So if you walk the knees a little bit to the back and lean your chest forward, this is your half plank. We're going to stay in your half plank for 2 deep breaths. So really feel that suction on your palms, all right? Claw the mat down. Put less pressure on the wrists, more onto the knuckles and fingers. One more. Now, have your toes tucked and slowly lift both knees off from the floor. Now, during your plank, try not to sink your chest down, all right? Full weight on the body. So what you want to do is find that strength, find that lift from the back of your shoulder. So you're going to press your palms down, round your back, squeeze the buttock and squeeze your lower body. And stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Drop both knees down and you can go into your child's pose. Right? So you might be able to feel that one because we are correcting the posture. So always remember when it comes into plank, tuck your toes. You can do this again. Now this is your half plank, all right? So really pushing your palms down, rounding your upper back, all right? Feel like you're squeezing something between your chests. Now tuck your toes with the same squeezing sensation. Just lift those knees off from the floor, all right? Hollow your back and stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Knees down and go back to your child's pose. And let's do one more time here. Inhale back to your all fours position, into your half plank. So make sure your shoulder is passing your wrist and stay here. Okay, so the last thing you want to do is bring the shoulder just right before the wrist. So you're going to put a lot of pressure on that wrist here. So let's move. Let's transfer the weight all the way to your knuckles and fingers, tucking your toes and lift your knees off. So squeezing everything, hollow your back and stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Knees down and bring your hips back to child's pose. And then begin to walk your hands back and you're going to roll that shoulders back and forward. Nice. Now walk your hands back again. This time we begin from our knees. So starting from your half plank, we're going to work on our chaturangas. So slowly bend the elbows to the back. Okay? Instead of bending outwards, I want you to keep those elbows squeezed tightly to the side of the body. And when you bend, you're going to bring the chest forward, look far ahead, and then lower the whole body down to the floor. As you can see, my arms are 90 degree, almost 90 degree if I don't bring all the way down. Okay? So make sure your palms is right next to your chest or maybe lower than your chest. Okay? I know it's a lot to take in, but it's all worth it. Now tuck your toes and push yourself up into your tabletop again. All right. Now we're going to do that 2 rounds here. So lean the body forward into your half plank and begin to bend that elbows to the back and bring the chest forward, tuck in your abdomen, look all the way towards the front, and as you bend the elbows, just bring that chest all the way down. So find that control. Okay, whenever you're ready, you're going to lift your chest a little bit higher and push yourself back into tabletop. Let's do one more before we take our child's pose. So lean towards the front here. Take one deep inhale. And begin to bend the elbows to the back. Squeeze the side of the body and exhale fully down on the floor. Good. And inhale, just untuck that toes and just slightly lift up into your cobra. And exhale, push the hip back as promised, go into your child's pose. If you feel a little bit sore on your arms already, you just bring the arm next to your body. Turn your palms up and just let that arm rest. And whenever you're ready, let's place your palms down and push yourself up. Alright, now come back to your tabletop again. Now from here, just walk one palm forward so you can lean your hip forward a little bit into your half plank. Now from here, we're going to lower ourselves all the way down one last time. Bend the elbows to the back and slowly lower down all the way to the floor. Now untuck your toes. Make sure the back of your feet is flat down to the floor. Okay, now begin to roll that shoulder back so you can bring the chest forward. Okay, your palms next to your chest and fingers are spread wide open, and slowly gonna push your upper body up to cobra. As you can see, my elbows are still slightly bent. They are not fully stretched out. All right, and just make sure that they are slightly bent. Shoulders away from your ears, head held high, and stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower your chest all the way down to the floor. And again, 2 more rounds here. Make sure your back of your feet is flat down to the floor. Pressing your pubic bone down. Open that shoulders, look forward. As your next inhale, press your palms down and slowly lift your upper body up, squeezing the elbows next to the body, and stay here, pressing the pubic bone down firmly for 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, let's lower the chest down and stay here. You want to bring the forehead down to rest for a little bit. And last round, let's inhale, squeeze the back of the shoulders, lift that chest, and inhale, push slightly up into your cobra for 3, 2, and exhale, bring your hips back into your child's pose. Relax here. You can bring your arm next to you, turning the palms up, and relax your arm down. And just notice how your arms are feeling. I feel it on my shoulders and also my bicep and tricep. So if you feel only at your wrists, you might want to shift a little bit of your perspective. Okay, maybe you want to shift the body a bit forward instead of slightly to the back. Okay, so really finding the perspective to make the right muscles work. Okay, now we're going to come to your forearm. And from here, and just bring the forearm down. Okay, in your tabletop, but we have our forearm down instead. And from here, elbows just right below the shoulders, and we're going to move front and back. So same thing, open up your palms wide, stay pressed down firmly. So we're going to move your chest forward and back. Alright, as you can see, I stretch all the way to the back without moving my elbow. And I'm going to go forward again and back. Forward and back. So make sure, keep your eyes gazing on the floor. Don't look up. Okay, you don't want to strain your neck. So we're going to go forward and back. Maybe 5 more rounds here. You may feel it in those triceps already. We go 4 and back, and 3 and back, and 2 and back. As you can see, when I go forward, I hollow my back, I round my back, and then I bring it back again. And then go into your child's pose. And now we're going to come into your forearm plank. So to get to a forearm plank is very similar to your full plank. So always remember to round that back slightly, all right? Tucking the belly in and rounding that sitting bone in as well. So from your knees, you want to make sure that you press your forearms down and lifting the back high. Now straighten one leg, all right? So you want to reach the heels back slightly, okay? And then lift the other leg. And the same sensation, you want to reach those heels back, squeezing your calf, squeezing your lower body, and squeezing your buttocks. Hollow the back, look down, stay here. Give me 5 counts, all right? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees down. Go into your child's pose. As usual, we have 2 more rounds here. So stay in your child's pose for 2 more deep breathing. And let's come back to that forearm plank again. So coming into your all fours. So as you can see, when I lift my body up, my palm does not move from its position. Okay, so just bring the elbows down where your palms is. And then round that back, tuck those toes, and lift the knees off without lifting the hip too high up. So squeezing the buttocks, squeezing the legs, rounding your back, pressing your forearm firmly down to the floor. Make sure you engage your core here. Squeeze those core all the way up. Stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees and then slide your hands back into your child's pose. Good job, guys. We still have 1 more set. And slowly lift your head up and pressing your palms down where they are and lift up. Now bring the elbows down where your palms is and ready for that 3rd round, the last round. Tuck your toes and lift the knees up into your forearm plank, or we also call it the dolphin plank. Okay, stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees down. Now, as you bring your knees down, if you want to take the child's pose, go ahead and take the child's pose. I'm going to demonstrate the next movement from your forearm plank. So, from here, you can go straight into your forearm plank again. Just a couple of movements. Push the hip up. You're going to bring your chest all the way to the back and bring the ears close to your arms, okay? My head is off the floor, so I'm really pressing my elbows down here, lifting the hips high up. You can slightly bend the knees if you want to, okay? So exhale here and inhale, push the chest forward back into your plank. Okay, and exhale again, lift your hip up, bring the ears next to your arm. About 3 rounds, and then push yourself back towards the front into plank, and then lower the knees down and move into your child's pose. Alright. Now, if you're still resting in your child's pose, let's get to it. Now, get into your forearm plank. Alright, roll the shoulders, and from here, tuck the toes. Go into your forearm plank. Okay, are you guys ready? So, just like downward facing dog, you're going to push the hip up and bring the chest back. And stay here. You can slight bend the knees, pushing the hip up. And inhale, bring your chest forward. Oh, those arms are burning. And then exhale again, lift that hip a little bit higher. Inhale forward. Remember, the head doesn't touch the floor. Last round. Push it up even higher for 3, 2, and 1. Back to plank and lower the hips down. Let's take that rest. Whew. Well done, guys. So just roll that shoulders. Just notice how your shoulders are feeling, your arms are feeling, right? Might be burning right now, like mine did. Okay, now press your palms down next to your chest. You're gonna push yourself up. And we're gonna come around and sit onto your hips. All right. Now we've gone through the planks, we've gone through the forearm plank, chaturanga. Now I'm going to go teach you how to get into the reverse plank. There's two ways, two options. So the first option is getting both knees bent, feet placed down on the floor. Make sure they're hip width apart, okay? Now place your palm just a little bit towards the back, away from that hip. So you're going to roll that shoulders, lifting the chest here, okay? So whenever you're ready, you want to press your palms down, open the fingers wide, and push the hip up into your reverse tabletop. Okay, so try not to drop the head all the way to the back because you might find it a little bit hard to breathe. So you want to lengthen the neck to the back of the room. Keep looking up towards the ceiling and stay here for 3. Keep squeezing your buttock and push it a little bit higher for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower the hips down and relax here. Okay, we're gonna do one more. So feet firmly down and also your hands, palms firmly down to the floor. Your next inhale, let's push those hips up into your reverse tabletop. Look up towards the ceiling and stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring your hips down and relax here. Now on this third round, I want you guys to pick an option. You can either stay here in your reverse tabletop or you can go into your reverse plank. So the difference is one with knees bent and one with legs straight. Okay. Now, if you're planning to go to your reverse plank, point the toes. Okay. Open that chest, squeeze the back of the shoulder blade. As you inhale, you want to push the hip up and bring your feet fully down to the floor and look up to the ceiling. Go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly and carefully just bring the hips back down to the floor. And what I want you to do is just relax your arms down right in front of you. Okay, so there's no stretching going on. Just relax the leg, relax your arms down, tuck the chin to your chest. Maybe if you want, you can just bring your crown of the head gently facing towards the floor. And just relax here. And whenever you're ready, slowly roll yourself back up to seated. Alright, well done guys. That was all the work, all the strength that I'm teach you today. So now we're going to go into a deep stretching to loosen up the tense from your upper body, especially the shoulder. So now, sitting in your cross-leg position, I want you to reach your left hand towards the front and just simply wrap that left arm all the way to the right side. Okay, so you find your right hand, place it just nice on that right side of the waist. Right hand, just bring it in and interlace the fingers. So you can start to feel that left shoulder have a bit of stretch. Now, we're going to deepen this stretch by tilting your head to the right side. So just gently tilt the head over towards the right side. And just breathe. And when you exhale, you're fully letting go, fully relax on that left shoulder. Just one last breath. And inhale, slowly come back to the center and release your fingers. On the other side, straighten your right arms forward. You're going to wrap that right arm all the way to the back and just place it gently next to your left waist. Now use your left hand to grab those fingers, interlace them. All right, get yourself prepared, stretch on that right shoulder, and then slowly tilt your head over to the left. And feel that long muscles on that right neck being stretched. Stay for 2 and 1. Let's slowly bring the neck back to center and release. Now straighten your right arms towards the front. I'm going to take your left elbow to hook over your right arms to stretch it over to the left. Okay, so we're stretching this right shoulder. Right now, just tilt your head over towards that right side. Let's feel that long stretch from the top of that shoulder all the way down to your outer bicep. Stay here for 3, 2 and 1. Come back to center and release your arm. And switch sides. Straighten your left arm and just hook with your right elbow and stretch it all the way towards that right side. And look to your left. Stay here for 3, 2 and 1, and slowly release. Now before we finish this, come into your Vajrasana, sitting onto your heels. Interlace the fingers behind you, roll that shoulders and keep squeezing the back of that shoulder blade. Alright, lifting the chest, look slightly up to the ceiling. Just one more breath. And exhale hard. Release. And 2 deep breaths. Inhale, circle your arms up. Exhale through your mouth. Last round. Inhale, circle your arms. Exhale. Thank you so much for joining me in today's class. I hope you guys enjoyed, feel the burn on your arms, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Namaste.